Hey everybody, Jim here. Let me tell you about Thomas, just Thomas, a mechanic who wants to warn you about electric vehicles. In just over a year, Thomas built a following of 69,000 people on Facebook, 7,000 on TikTok, hundreds of thousands of video views, all with one message. Electric vehicles are a disaster. And if you're watching this, there's a very good chance you've seen his content. Maybe you've even shared it. Maybe you've nodded along and said, yeah, that guy's got a good point. Here's the thing. Thomas isn't who you think he is. And in just the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how you're being manipulated by a multi-million-dollar fossil fuel industry campaign disguised as one guy with a camera. And unlike me, he's not going to show up on camera and look you in the eye and tell you, here's the story I want to tell you. Because this isn't really about Thomas, it's about you. And every time you click, share, or even comment on his stuff, you're doing the work of the fossil fuel industry for free. So let's pull back the curtain together. Here's where it gets interesting. December 5th, 2024, the CarsRMe account launched, and that's C-A-R-S, capital R, capital M-E, CarsRMe, ever how you want to pronounce it. Not just on Facebook, but Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at once. Professional branding, coordinated usernames, a Linktree hub to tie it all together. Now, I'm going to tell you, as someone who's been doing this for over 3 years, that's not how normal people start social media accounts. That's how brands launch. But here's the kicker. December 6, 2024, Torque News, a professional automotive journalism site, publishes an article about Thomas and his warning about the Ford Mustang Mach-E. One day after the account was created. Now, I've been creating content now going on 3 years. You know how long it takes to get picked up by an automotive press? How about never? You need connections. You need a PR team. You need relationships. Thomas miraculously got it in 24 hours. Because Thomas had inside connections that the rest of the world don't have, because Thomas can't be proved to be a real person. Yeah, they might put somebody in front of the camera, but who is Thomas? Give me your real name. Give me your background. Prove that you're really a mechanic. Let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about the growth rates, because math does not lie. An organic Facebook page, maybe 200 to 500 followers a month if you're consistent. A viral content creator, someone who hits it big, 1 to 5,000 a month. Thomas, 5,000 a month every single month for over a year. That's 167 new followers every single day for 414 straight days. Statistically, pretty much impossible. And on TikTok, with only 7,000 followers, he's had 535,000 likes. That's a 71-to-1 ratio. Normal accounts, 5 to 15 likes per follower. CarsRMe, 71-to-1. That's 7 times higher than normal. That's 1, 2. Can he hit the trifecta? I'm going to tell you what it indicates. Bot networks, coordinated amplification, paid boosting. This is not organic. My friends, this is industrial. Now let me show you something that'll make your blood boil. Research from InfluenceMap found that the oil and gas industry has been using the exact same playbook since 1967 to oppose every single clean technology that has ever been invented. The American Petroleum Institute, Fuels Europe, Fuels Industry UK, the same organization, the same tactic for 58 years, almost as long as I've been around. And Thomas, or whoever's running these accounts and faking Thomas, is using every single one of these tactics. Depreciation FUD? Check. Range anxiety? Check. Infrastructure attacks? Check. Cherry-picked failures? Check. This is not a mechanic sharing his opinion. This is a script that's been refined for over 50 years to manipulate you into opposing clean energy and new vehicle technology. So where does the money come from? Well, let's look into that. In 2024, $15.5 million was spent on anti-EV political advertising. 75% of it was negative. The American fuel and petrochemical manufacturers, that's Exxon, Citgo, Valero, spent over $10 million alone. But here's what they don't tell you. That money didn't just buy TV commercials. It bought social media influencer operations. You heard me right. These guys are into social media big time. And even if 5%, just 500,000 went into accounts like CarsRMe, that funds a lot of fake followers, boosted posts, and media coordination. Now let me show you how this works, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Step 1. The industry creates professional content, memes designed to go viral by professional marketing organizations, talking points tested on focus groups, emotional triggers carefully crafted to make you angry, scared, or defensive. Step 2, accounts like CarsRMe post it. They look like regular people. They sound like your neighbor, but they're reading from a script. And then step 3, bot networks give it the initial push. Thousands of fake likes and shares to trick the algorithm into thinking it's popular. Step 4, you see it. And because it's got engagement, because it's something that confirms what you might already suspect, because it makes you feel something, you share it. And that's when they win, because you just did their advertising for free. Your friends trust you more than they trust somebody like ExxonMobil or Citgo or Chevron or Shell. So when you share it, it's not propaganda anymore, it's peer-to-peer influence. That's the game. Make you think you're discovering the truth when really you're spreading their lies. And here's the scary part. CarsRMe is not alone. The Tortoise Media Hot Air Project identified 274 accounts spreading climate misinformation. That's 274. The Institute for Strategic Dialogue documented coordinated networks on Facebook and Instagram running this very same playbook. This is industrial scale astroturfing, fake grassroots movements created by the fossil fuel industry to look like regular people who just happen to hate EVs. And now you know how to spot them. So why should you care? Because this isn't just about cars or clean energy. This is about your future. The fossil fuel industry makes $2 trillion a year. That's more than 150 countries have in their entire budget for a year out of 180 worldwide. Every year they delay the transition to clean energy is another year of record profits, another year of climate damage, another year of you paying at the pump. EVs cost less to fuel, they know that. 3 to 4 times less. They cost less to maintain. They also know that. There are no oil changes, no transmission repairs. And over the life of the vehicle, you save thousands that the fossil fuel industry wants to keep in their coffers. Spending $500,000 to spread misinformation and help them retain $50 million is a pretty good return on investment. EVs produce half the emissions of gas cars over their lifetime, even accounting for battery production, which the carbon emissions to make batteries is decreasing exponentially year by year. And the cars run cleaner even if they run on a grid that is 100% coal, which increasingly does not exist. In fact, Great Britain just shut down their last coal plant last year. Good job, UK. The fossil fuel industry knows this. That's why they're spending millions to convince you otherwise, making you think there is doubt about the reality of climate change, and that wait and see is a good strategy to employ. They've been doing this for years, and it's worked. So what can you do? That's a very good question. First, you need to recognize the pattern. You just learned it. Use it. And when you see anti-EV content, ask yourself, does this check the boxes? Is this organic, or is this the playbook, the big oil playbook? Second, stop amplifying their message. Every share is free advertising for big oil. Don't do their work for them. If you're skeptical about EVs, great. Be skeptical. I encourage that. But verify the source before you spread the misinformation. And third, demand transparency. When accounts that have huge followings won't disclose their funding, that's a huge red flag. Call it out. Report it. Make the platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the other social media organizations enforce their own rules. And fourth, turn around and share real information. This video is real information. I am a real person. I'm not here with an agenda. I'm just telling you the truth about EVs and the truth about climate change, the things that I have studied and have experience with. I'm not out to sell more EVs or to sell you on the need to put solar on your roof. I'm just giving you facts and information. Share the real information. There are legitimate questions about EVs. Ask me, I'll give you the answer. Infrastructure does need work. Charging networks do need expansion. Upfront costs do tend to be higher, but not that much higher. We're almost on equal footing. But those are solvable problems, not reasons to slam the door and give up. And there's certainly not reasons to let the fossil fuel industry manipulate you into protecting their profits. Let me leave you with this. Here is the bottom line. The account created during the largest anti-EV ad campaign in the history of the world. Check. Media coverage within 24 hours of creation. Check. Growth rate 14 times faster than organic. Check. Professional multi-platform strategy from day one. Check. TikTok amplification 7 times higher than normal. Check. Messaging that matches a 50-year fossil fuel playbook point for point. Check. Folks, this is not one smoking gun. That is 7 smoking guns, all pointing in the same direction. And statistically, it's about 25 trillion to 1 that somebody would do that. Thomas is not a mechanic with opinions. Thomas is a persona created to manipulate you. And he's not the only one out there. And the crazy thing is, it is working. 69,000 people follow this fake account. Hundreds of thousands engage with the content. You don't know how many times I've seen it show up in my Facebook feed. Millions see it when it's shared. But now you know. You've seen behind the curtain. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep doing Big Oil's work for free? Or are you going to take back your news feed? The choice is yours. My name is Jim. I'm a real human being. This is not AI. You can look me up in the content description of this channel and send me an email, and I promise you I will answer. You won't get a bot. You can even send me hate email, which I'll dump straight to the trash. I'm a real human being. I live in DeBerry, Florida. I live and breathe in the Orlando area. I drive a real EV. Come see me. I'll be happy to meet with you and discuss anything you want to talk to me about with concern to EVs and green energy. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time to watch this expose, and I will see you out there or somewhere along the route from point A to point B. Take it easy, everybody. I'll see you all real soon.